All right, 1970 Buick Wildcat. So today I realized that the primer that I had picked up wasn't working, and that was this. It's got paint in primer. That wasn't giving me the adhesion that I wanted. So I carefully sanded that off. There was an area right there that wasn't getting covered. And I went down to the AutoZone and I picked up this. A lot better for what I'm doing. And I primed it with that. And I could tell right when I sprayed it on, that it was just a lot better for what we're doing. So this is the second coat. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to come back and look at it, give it any sanding that I need on this time around. I did use a little bit of primer because there was that one spot that wasn't getting covered. Used a 400 paper on it today. Maybe get down to 1,000 if I see anything tomorrow. The where the vinyl hook, vinyl top was is starting to get covered really good. So it's starting to look pretty sharp now. Wow. So yeah, I painted this car a few times. One time I took it down to bare metal like 10 years ago. So I've been through the whole process of painting this, and I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot of bad things happen, like just literally the paint gun would throw out just huge gobs of paint for some reason. The temperature wasn't correct, maybe. So I've learned that you can't just hope you can come back and sand like something like that. You gotta use your thinner and get it off right away. And I think that was maybe something I did wrong the very first day yesterday, was I tried to kind of make it thick, multiple passes. That did not work. And I had to go back and wipe that off with thinner. But today was a lot better. I haven't painted for a while. And really most of my experience comes from paint and drilling rigs. God, we do that every freaking summer. Paint the entire rig, So that was why in the beginning I wasn't even using a gravity feed. I actually used the same kind of paint gun that you would use on a drilling rig. But now we got, a good gravity feed. It's I think this is the Vapor brand. It wasn't real expensive. I know a lot of times you'll walk into a parts store and they want $700 for the paint gun, but really, I mean, if it meets the specs, it meets the specs. And I actually picked that up at a pawn shop for 50 bucks. Couldn't figure out how it ended up there because it was obviously brand new in the box. But anyway, now it's getting work done, and that's the most important thing, as near as I can tell. Because now we're creating this. A good looking car. So when I bought the car in 1992, the guy before me actually was, I don't know, maybe doing some kind of racing, drag racing. He had big tires on it, But of course he took them off when he traded the car in, and he left the great big chrome lug nuts on the stock wheels. And he had fancy gauges in the dash, you know, for monitoring the engine. Which unfortunately for me, by the time I got it, there wasn't much life left in it. But today we got a Rocket 350 under the hood with the Stage 2 Stage 2 Turbo 350 backing it up, and the actual heavy duty differential you would have with a 455 car in this now. So we're going to continue with this project until both the outside and the inside are looking good. Like, I'm going to do one more coat of color and then 3 coats of the clear coat after that. And then we're going to go after the interior. This is John Rudy with Rudy Racing, signing off.